Hello, everybody. I hope you are doing well. Happy Thursday. I cannot believe it's already Thursday. This week has literally flown by. I feel like for me, all of January has flown by. Laura, you there?
Yeah.
Awesome. So we are going to get going here in just a moment, but I'm giving it a few minutes to populate for you all. So I'm just going to wait on that.
Hey, I
Laura, go ahead
like
and get started.
the
There's
scrolling
someone at my
thing at the
door.
bottom.
I know, right? There's someone at my door. If you could go ahead and get started.
Okay, great. Well, this week, every week we have a different topic, and these are the topics that actually are brought to our attention, or some of the most popular questions that we get, or struggles that we get from students. So, we want to bring great information here to everybody. So, this week, we're talking about time management and organization. And I'm sure a lot of you struggle with that, right? So if you want to post here, how many struggle with time management or organization? Because I know what you think. There's so many hours in a day. I already have things that I need to do. And, and I really want to get into real estate. But at the end of the day, when do I find the time? So I told them to go ahead and post about who is struggling with time management and organization. Now we actually shared the PDF a few days ago, and you should definitely download that one because we are going to cover what's on the PDF today a little bit. And so, when was it posted? Tuesday, right, Liz?
Yes, it was posted Tuesday. It should be one of the very first posts in the group as well. I saw it kind of, people are commenting. So, yeah, they're definitely saying, a lot of them are saying they do struggle with time management as well. So, they reply to that.
Okay.
One thing I want to say is Amanda in the chat, for any of you that are watching in our Facebook group, in the chat, she gave you a link to our live on the YouTube. As many of you can, if we can also be on that so that we can see your comments easier. It does not allow groups through this app. That would be phenomenal. But if you can't, don't stress over it. Stay in the group and just enjoy and let's have fun. All right, go ahead, Laura.
Okay, great. So I'm going to actually refer here to the slides, the PDF that we shared with you a few days ago. So like I said, make sure you go there and comment so you can get one. So the number one thing with time management, first of all, where do you want to go? What goals do you have? What do you want really, right? And um, and every time I say that, sideline, I think of it in a notebook. Remember the scene at the end where he's like, "What do you want?" And she's like blanking, and she's like, "I don't know. You know what? What do you want?" So you need to really be very clear about where you want to go. Why real estate? What is going to get you? Yeah, of course, is having the independence, having financial freedom, but how much money do you want to make? Okay. So in the next 6 months, I would like to make $20,000 a month. And okay, so how are you gonna get to that? So you set up these milestones. So you break it down from goals to milestones to steps. Okay. So if you want to make $10,000 a month, you need to do at least one. Let's say wholesale, and you need to do at least one deal a month. And how many deals do you need, or leads do you need to go through to get one deal? Well, that changes from the different areas. So you have to establish the baseline. So that's all we teach in the training because that's how you get to that. Second thing is plan. You need to block off time on your calendar. If when you go to work and your schedule is says 8 to 5, you go 8 to 5. You don't say, "Oh, I'm gonna stroll in maybe 10 o'clock and then leave at 6." No, they expect you to be there 8 to 5. So this is the same discipline you need to do with this business to launch the business. And in real estate, actually, the more money you make, the less you're gonna work. But in the beginning, you are gonna work because not only you have to implement, you have to learn, you have to implement, you have to really get into a different mindset for the business, right? So block off the time on your calendar. 1 to 2 hours a day is enough to really get you going, but you need to make sure you do it. Maybe an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening. during your lunch hour, whatever it is, just make sure you block off the time and do it consistently. Okay. Then the third thing is focus. Focus, because a lot of times when you get into business like real estate, there's so many ways to make money, and this is something I see a lot with the students. They chase the next shiny object. They go here, they come back to that. Oh, let me try this again. Instead of focusing on one strategy, focusing on one type of lead generation, and really mastering it, mastering the one thing, right? There is a lot of power to that. And so, and if you have a hard time really focusing, even when you sit down, maybe you keep getting sidetracked. I have a to-do list next to me every day, and I check mark off of things. But also, they say to give yourself what they call the Pomodoro technique, which is 25 minutes on a timer, and really focus on that. I personally work better on 45 minutes increment. 25 is too short for me, but find that time that you really need to focus. Make it anywhere, I would say, from 25 to 45 minutes. The next thing is productivity. Use some basic tools from the beginning. We personally, obviously, everybody has. You have Google Calendar. Also, Google Calendar has a tasks function like a to-do list. But I like Trello, Trello. It uses the Japanese, excuse me, Kanban system. So basically, let's say that you take a bunch of post-it notes type things, and you write on each post-it notes, you write a task that you need to do. And under the Kanban system, what they do is basically, they say Monday, you have in a column, you have, let's say, 4 or 5 tasks. I try not to give myself more than 5 a day, but things that you absolutely have to do, right? So you have these 5 tasks. So at the end of Monday, if you have not completed them, you move the task on Tuesday. So you move it down to the next column. So by the end of the week, your goal is to have all of these little notepads done. Well, Trello kind of does the same thing, but in a digital way. So that's why I like it, because you can just drag things along. So that's a good application. Another one that we like to use is Slack. That's for communication. So like you can create like different team centers. Let's say one for your virtual assistant, one of that to communicate to other people in the business that you're working with. So you can have different team centers, and you communicate much easier than trying to text everybody or doing WhatsApp or everything else, because everything is on a screen, and you can also sync it on your phone. Okay. And also start delegating some things from the beginning. Take the heavy lifting off of you, even if you're a beginner. Maybe one VA that can help you with some basic tasks could be a godsend. It will save you so many hours every week and really take a lot of the workload. Plus, let's face it, if there's something you really don't want to do, you're probably going to try to procrastinate as much as you can because you really don't want to do that. Well, give it to a VA, right? So you can really focus on things that matter the most to you. And the last one but not least is consistency. Do something every day to build momentum and shift your priorities and mindset. That's the thing. You need to focus on one thing, master one thing, and then do it every day, because you implement and you study and implement. Like I said in the beginning, you're going to work more. As the time progresses, you're going to actually work less and make more money. But you got to build a foundation, right? Then on the PDF, we go into a daily plan example that we are, suggest you do. And yes, try to be detailed as possible. Detail as possible, especially in the beginning, as you're starting to really build a habit, right? Because one of the things they say is that you have to build these new habits. In order to be successful, you have to build these new habits. So with that said, it takes a little bit of a shift there. And but new habits in order to reach new goals. You can't keep doing the same thing and expect different results, right? So that's what I mean. So, and then we break it down in the PDF by daily, weekly, tasks, and monthly. So look at that as well, because I'll give you an idea what to do. And in the beginning, now as you get more comfortable with the process and you start delegating a lot of things out, your to-do list will become more on a working on the business instead of in the business. So you work more on a supervising position instead of you having to really implement a lot of it yourself. But in the beginning, you need to know what you're doing. You need to master it. Okay. So that's what we want to say. Liz, you want to add anything with time management?
I mean, the biggest thing when it comes to time management is that, like, she gave a lot of good points in the PDF as well. We gave a lot of good points, but it is the dedication and consistency. Every day, I'm going to talk about this more at our retreat this weekend, but we break down what we do every day into blocks, even the time it takes to drive. My calendar looks insane. But the reason we do that is so that we are able to take in everything we can do and we're not rushed and something that may have been important gets pushed back or to not done at all because of that. So I really recommend the time blocking. I really recommend wrapping your mindset around consistency. And the other thing I would say is it's excuses for you to not get things done. No matter what happens in life, if you're dedicated, it happens. It will go with the consistency. But anyone that's made it in real estate had to give up other things to do what they needed to do to get them to where they are. But what that is they scheduled out time and they did it no matter what. And they didn't let fears and issues and anything else get in the way. And I don't mean to say this in such like a mean way. It's more just what's really happening. And if you've been trying to do this for a while, why not? And if it's time, then block it out like you would a job. If you're going to a job from 8 to 5, you don't just decide that you're not going to do that job that day, right? Or I'm not going to do the task at the job. You would get fired. So you're going to get fired from your own business. So I always say just really dedicate it to that like you would with your job. And that is more of a mindset thing than anything else, is really stop with the excuses. There's always going to be a reason to not do something, but then you can't complain when money's not coming in. And you can't complain when real estate's not happening for you. And so we have a lot of people that juggle both jobs, like an actual full-time go into the office corporate type of job. And then they also struggle with like they're trying to do this as well. And I always tell them, carve out a minimum of 2 hours a day. And no matter what happens during those 2 hours, you turn off all distractions and you do what you have to do to move forward. And you have to not even think about it. If you have to call a seller, don't talk yourself out of it. Don't procrastinate. Just do it. The worst that can happen is they say no or maybe cuss you out. But we get cussed out on the daily with a million other different things. I don't think a seller cussing you out is going to be the biggest deal. You want to keep calling because one no is closer to a yes. So I wanted to say that we have a lot of people watching right now on the different channels, and I know we're like struggling with time management, but a lot of it's putting that out there and just being strict with it. And no matter what, you stick to that. When I started, I had to work all day and then I had to do real estate after I put my son to bed. You have to do the same thing then. If you have kids and a business, you have to do it. There is no luxury there right now. But eventually, if you stick to it, the luxury comes. And when the luxury does come, you're going to be so grateful that the past you just stuck to it no matter what. And that gives up having to go out and spend time with family sometimes. That you don't have to give it up all the time. That or going out with your friends or going out and partying for some of us or anything like that or vacations. Sometimes you have to give those up right now. And a really good quote is delayed gratification is better than instant gratification. We have been like conditioned because of social media and everything to want things like this. And so we give up our big goals for these little like happiness, short incomings and all of that. And so instead you need to focus on, okay, what is the big goal here? That's why we did a vision board last weekend, which was phenomenal. So many women on there. And we got the bigger why, the bigger goals, and then keep your mind on that so that when you have to give up going out to brunch with friends, which you're going to end up drinking and not being able to work the rest of the day, or you have to do all this other stuff, you kind of think a little deeper. Is this something I have to do right now? is this super important right now, or can I push it off and focus on my goals? And not everyone's willing to do that. But I'm telling you, that's the difference between successful entrepreneurs in real estate and non. So time management is the biggest thing. Laura, I know
And
you.
yeah, I want to share a little bit. When back in '95, when I decided to shift from corporate into real estate full time, the number one thing I did is gave myself a time limit. I said, I'm going to do the shift in 6 months. So to give yourself a deadline of shifting or doing some changes is crucial because you can see the light at the end of the tunnel from the beginning, right? Because a lot of time, if you just say, okay, I know I need to do this, but who knows when it's going to happen, it's not going to give you the inspiration to do it forward. So I gave myself 6 months. The second thing I did is, like I said, manage my time. I was working corporate. I had three small children, and I was finishing up my MBA. So I definitely know about time. So what I was doing on my commute to work, on my lunch hour, I would go and sit in my car. On my commute to work, I had a cell phone installed with a speaker in the car. In the evening, after kids go to bed at 7:30, I made them to go to bed earlier so that I could focus at least an hour in getting things done before it was too late. But my thing is, I was keeping the eye on the prize. I knew that I could do this for 6 months and then I could walk away from my job, which I did. Actually, I could have done it before 6 months, but I gave myself 6 months for good measure. So those are crucial things that I did. And then by the end of '95, I quit my job and never went back to corporate again. So what I'm saying to you, you can do it. Everybody has 24 hours. Jeff Bezos from Amazon to Bill Gates to Warren Buffett, they all have 24 hours. And look at yourself that at some point, very soon, okay, you're going to work on your business, not in your business. You're not going to do the whole different little tasks that you have in the beginning. Granted, you can get some VAs to help you from day one, especially on the heavy lifting of some stuff, but soon enough, you will have the freedom. You will do what you do because honestly, if you don't, a year from now, 2 years from now, we're going to have the same conversation we're having today. And nothing has progressed for you instead of being only 6 months from now. So think about that, right? What is the cost of you staying in the same place? What is the cost for you to stay in the same place? And I'm not saying a cost only by dollar signs. I'm saying a cost of, you know, your mental state, your attitude, your happiness, your accomplishments you want to do, right? What is the cost for you to stay where you are right now? So I want to, Elisa, is anybody giving any feedback on anything we're talking
Oh
about?
yeah, they're in the group. I'm not seeing it on YouTube or the fan page, but definitely in the Facebook group. They're flooding it with comments.
Yeah, and anybody that is watching us from some of the other platform, uh, we suggested you post a link, Liz or
I
Amanda.
did. Amanda
Yeah,
did.
join the Facebook group, guys, because we have a lot of interactions. We share PDFs with you every week. We have a lot of different training and announcements. We have actually announcement. We have the weekend retreat this weekend in Hollywood, here in Florida, Hollywood, Florida, which is next to Florida. It's Saturday and Sunday. You definitely should attend. We still have some tickets for general admission, and do we have a handful of maybe
We have like
VIP?
four, I think. Four, three or
Okay.
four.
Yeah. So very excited about the weekend. So, you're still in time, no matter where you are. We had people buying tickets from out of state actually this morning. So you're still in time to do that. The weather is going to be perfect, 80 degrees and sunny, is on the beach. So who doesn't want that? We have training. It goes anything from wholesaling to buy and hold, Airbnbs, fix and flip. We have other coaches coming in, bringing their own experience. So it's going to be a very, very good weekend. And we're also going to talk about time management organization. We're also going to work on really setting up a game plan and a schedule for you for the next 6 weeks. So make sure you can attend that. That's definitely, you still have time. Now, the early bird price, we're going to leave it until tomorrow. And then after tomorrow morning, we're going to raise it to the regular price for the event. So definitely you need to book today if you want to still get the regular price. I mean, sorry, the early bird price. So it's going to be very awesome. It's the best retreat we've ever done. We've done this for about 5-6 years now, and this is going to be definitely the best one. So make sure you attend that. Liz?
Yeah, so now what we are going to do is we are going to go into our Ask Us Anything. If you click any of the links that Amanda has, is she's put Facebook fan page or the YouTube, it's easier for me to see your comments than in the group. So if you can go to either of those, it will be better. If you're on YouTube or the fan page, which one of you I saw comment, stay. You don't have to leave, but if you're in the group, so I can see your comments easier or your questions, go ahead and do that. But while those questions come in, we are going to start our Ask Us Anything. Uh, Pretty much, literally, you can ask us any question real estate investing wise, and we will answer it. But we allow one per person. We have students, we got to be fair to them. So we allow one per person, and we do this every Thursday. Now, how do you get entered into the raffle? If you are part of our Facebook group, we're about to do the raffle now, which I'm going to add the picture. This is our raffle for the week. How you qualify for this is easy. Comment. Whoever comments the most, and that's the between this Thursday and next, will be entered into the next raffle. But you have to comment the most. We are trying to build a community here of women, and so the more that you comment, the more engagement there is, the happier everyone is as well, because they learn a lot, and it just creates this community. So this is the raffle box. I love it. I love lavender personally.
I know, it's what I was saying. You should give that to me. I go to Lavender Festival, guys. That's how crazy I'm about lavender.
Yep. So in the meantime, go ahead and get your questions in. Again, if you could click on the link for either the YouTube or the fan page, it will be a lot easier for us to read your questions. Go ahead and start typing them in. And in the meantime, I'm going to go find our our winner, because Amanda sent it to me this morning. So give me a second. Now, in order to claim this, you have to claim it within a week. And you will email us at questions@realestateinvestingwomen.com. And you have 1 week to claim this, and you have to be watching the live. So we don't allow tagging of the name, anything like that, because again, this is what interaction. And so we want you watching the lives. We think it's fun. And so I wanted to make sure that that was in there. So the winner is Raina Hahn. So congratulations, Raina. I know she just won a couple of weeks ago, but she was the top commenter this week, so she won again. So congratulations, Raina. You are the winner of this amazing, beautiful box. So now let's go back into, hold on, Laura. How do I get you back onto the screen? There we go. Still learning this. Okay, so now we're going to go into questions here. I'm just waiting to see any questions come in. Laura, do you want to talk about how they can join us?
Yes. So like we said, we have the retreat this weekend. And if that seems like a stretch for you guys, go ahead and book a call with us, okay? Now, let me say to you what these calls are about. These calls is not to get free coaching, but this calls is going to be how we can help you, how we can work with you, how you can be part of the community. I know a lot of you are in the Facebook group, but we have a different group of a community of women that are actually out there doing deals, building their life. And like I said, it's anything. We do long-term rentals, short-term rentals, Airbnb. One of my past students, she owns over 50 Airbnbs right now. She's actually coming in as a coach. We have wholesalers that use their wholesaling proceeds to pay off their rentals. 3 years later, now they own 9 rental properties without a mortgage on them, and they use the money from wholesaling. They're going to be there this weekend, by the way. We have another wholesaler that he is actually the best negotiator we have ever had. He's going to be at the retreat this weekend. But these people are on the roster as regular coaches for our team. Okay, so it's not just me and Liz talking, because honestly, we have a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge, but you get only our experience and knowledge. We have an awesome group of 6 coaches all together that are going to be sharing with you a ton of things. And these are people that walk the talk. These are not coaches. These are actually investors that I'm training to be coaches so they can share their experience. I'm so impressed about what they have achieved. So if you want to learn from them, and also, like I said, we have a community of women. We do events like the event this weekend. If you're a student, it's free. Okay. So that keep that in mind. These events are free for students. We do 3 of these a year. And we do a lot of other things as well for the students only. We do intensives, and we do mastermind sessions, so you actually talk to us anywhere from 20 plus times a month via Zoom calls and masterminds. So that's a lot, right? Every day or two, you get to see us and talk to us. I don't know of any other coach in the market that's so available to everybody. And the other thing on top of it, we want to make it, so everybody can, join. So um, you know, don't compare us to other coaches, number one, because we are very different. I personally have 36 years in the business. Elizabeth is going on 8 right now. So you have a ton of experience right here in house without adding all the other experience we're bringing in. So as far as us, how we're different from other coaches, is that one thing, simple thing, we actually care. We do care. We are never going to treat you as a number. We know exactly who you are, what your goals are, what you want to do, and we will simply help you to get there. We will simply lay out the game plan so we can get you there as quick as possible. I love 6 months. That's a good deadline. This is the best time of the year, beginning of the year. So by summer, we can have a total different conversation about how to exponentially grow your business or how to do something else within your business. So schedule a call with us. Lisa or Amanda are going to post a link here, and let's talk. Let's see what we can do.
Awesome. Okay, so let's go into our first question. Thank you for going to the Facebook fan page. So I was able to do that. And thank you, Amanda, for replying to her. So here is our first question from Marisol. Do I request a coach on your website? I know there's a cost, and would you explain that?
Sure. Well, it's not like this is the great thing. Once you get, we have only one program, by the way. It's called REI Growth Mastery. And the reason we do this is because I went back and realized that my success story of my students, like Don, who has over 50 Airbnb, Jimmy and Patricia, who paid off all their rentals in 3 years. Some of these people, they were at this level of coaching, REI Growth. So it's like, we cancel any other thing because we're now doing a good service to you if we present anything is going to get you short of you succeeding. Because at the end of the day, I think everybody agrees here, right? You will invest in something that's going to give you a huge return on your investment any day. So with that said, you don't request a coach. What you do is you schedule a call, and then once you join, then you're going to participate in different calls. However, we are going to ask you what your main strategy is going to be: wholesaling, buy and hold, Airbnb, and fix and flip. Okay, so we divide into 3 groups, and then you're going to be added into the group for you with the right coach for you. Like, for example, we have 1 day a week we dedicate to buy and hold on Wednesdays, so the coach is going to be on there. On another day, we have negotiations and strategies. It's going to be on Thursdays. So we're going to let you know the best times for you to participate. As far as there is a cost, I wouldn't call it a cost. Okay, I would call it as an investment, because at the end of the day, if I told you you're going to get your investment back 10 times or more within the first year, wouldn't you do it? Right? So that's the thing I want to put in perspective here. It's not a cost, it's an investment. So, you trust us to get you there. We're going to trust you that you're going to make it work. It's a two-way street. So that's why we don't want to take everybody into this program. We want you to talk to our team. We're going to vet you. You're going to see more about us because we want success stories. And that's the other thing they say, if people ask us all the time, what is your success rate? 100% if you follow what we say. I've been doing this for 36 years, guys. I think I broke the code a long time ago.
Definitely. Okay. Any other questions? I'm trying to see on our stream first before I go back into the group. Not yet. So definitely try and use our stream. It's way easier for us than me having to flip flop into the group. But let me go into the group now. Okay, we have one question from Sonia. She's asking, what are some effective time management techniques you guys are using that you would recommend?
I think we already covered that with the tools and everything. Maybe she came in later.
I don't know. I don't know when they come in.
Yeah, no, we covered the tools we use like Trello, Slack. We covered about how to break up the hours within a day. How I did it. So maybe go back and listen to the recording because we definitely covered all of that in the beginning part.
Yes. And that PDF is so cute, right? Hey, Rachel. Any other questions? Let's see. I'm not seeing any. This is a slow Ask Us Anything.
It's Ask Us Anything, guys. It's not just about the time
Time
management.
management. Yeah, you could literally ask us any real estate question. I'll give it a few more seconds, see if someone comes in on either of the comment sections. Da-da-da. Quiet group. Okay. Well, Laura, I guess we're done for the day. They are knowledgeable on real estate. They can go. They don't have any questions, or maybe they're saving their questions to ask us in person this weekend.
Right, which would be great.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Well, we are going to head out. For those of you that notice I'm coughing and scared to come to the retreat, don't. I got COVID back in December. I am fine, but once I get a cough, it doesn't want to leave me. So that's where it's coming from. I just wanted to bring that attention. But other than that, we are going to head out. We have a lot to prep for, and we will see you next week.
Okay, take care.